take that phone call. They ran out of sodas downstairs. So
Oh, no.
sorry. Yeah, had to have the storage room open. So, okay. So, this is singer-songwriter hour for Rey and Sarah. Each will take turns on their original songs that you will truly be impressed by. They have never met before this talent show, but are both songwriters. So we decided to put them together so they could showcase their creative music.
Yay.
So Rey is a singer, songwriter, and is a graduate of Stevens High School and attended UTSA. He has been performing for 22 years. He started at 10 years playing the violin, cello, bass, as well as a guitar.
Whoa.
And he has continued to play for 12 years.
Woo.
As a musician, he has two goals: to learn to play songs by Rush and to impress girls. He said he really got good at one, but never figured out the other. Rey is also a host on 3 podcasts. Sarah's also a singer, songwriter, and has been performing for 25 years. She started singing before she could even speak and wrote her first song when she was 9 years old. You can find her music on any major music streaming platform also. Sarah's favorite artist is Zach Byron. So let's give a warm applause for these talented duos, Rey Guevara and Sarah Quintanilla.
Good afternoon, Sarah.
Hey,
Nice
Rey.
to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Okay. We met before.
Doing a bit. All right, I'm gonna go first because my cousin's here. She's got to leave, so I'm gonna play her a song.
Yay.
Alive in a moment, the time and the place didn't have to be, but we're in a moment, I'm seizing the moment, feet in the water, ready and willing, make a dive, heads underwater, only sinking farther. I don't wanna waste your time, but since it seems I'm standing next to you, figure if I get this chance, I guess I've gotta lay it out for you. Resistance, the time and the distance in between, we know that we're in this, I have to begin this, my heart's beating harder, I can't find the air to fill these lungs, now I know that we're in this, I have to begin this. I don't have the words to say, but since it seems staring right at me, I pray I find a melody to let you know just what this means to me. Words don't feel me now, don't feel don't let me down. Words don't fail me now. Don't fail me now. Don't let me down. Words don't fail me now. Don't fail me now. Don't let me down. Words don't fail me now. Don't fail me now. Don't let me down, Words don't fail me now. Don't fail me now. Don't let me down.
That was awesome. Whoa, that's really hot. That was awesome, Ray. Thank you so much for the intro. Yeah, my name is Sarah. I'm originally from Brownsville. But yeah, a lot of my songs that I've written kind of just fruit of prayer, things like that, but they're not the typical kind of like worshipy songs. They're more kind of like love songs. But this song is called The Rope. I hope you enjoy. Ooh, we're gonna fix that. I live in your heart if you live in mine. We can take a step at a time. 'Cause you see me and I see all of you. I see what you're holding on to. Won't you lay your head on my chest? Oh my darling, I'll give you rest. Day by day I'll learn your trust. Day by day we'll fall in love, fall in love. Don't you feel that pull on your heart? It's been getting stronger since the very start. But please don't run, just you and me one. 'Cause at the other end of the road, it is my love. It is my love. Love. It is my love. To look at me is hard to do. So you'll start to see an image of you. You ain't all pretty, but I don't care. 'Cause you got a love that can't compare. No, no. Don't you feel that pull on your heart? It's been getting stronger since the very start. But please don't run, just you and me one. 'Cause at the other end of the road, it is my love. It is my love. Love. It is my love. Run, run, run as fast as you can. Now run, run, run as I hold your hand. Run, run, my love. It is my love. Don't you feel that pull on your heart? It's been getting stronger since the very start. But please don't run, just still anyone. 'Cause at the other end of the road, at the other end of the road, at the other end, it is my love.
We decided to wing it for this, so if you see us do a couple of these, everyone's having fun. Afternoon, everybody. I can do another loud one or I can do a quiet one. What do y'all want to? What's the audience want? It's a weird way to do this because the quiet people are going to be quiet about it, right? All right, we'll do loud. It's close enough. So, usually I don't get to talk about my song, so I guess I'll just take a second. This is my favorite song I've ever written. I always say it may or may not be my best song, but it is my favorite. It's a song I wrote for some friends of mine who, very early on in a young marriage, when we were all kind of a little younger, experienced a miscarriage. And it was the first time I'd gone through that with somebody. Like, as a kid, older people had gone through that, and it was just like a thing that happens to grown-ups. But that was the first time, like, somebody I loved, somebody who called me and said, like, you know, we're having a baby, and then we had to bury the baby. And I spent that weekend just on the couch, being sad, and started kind of working on a song. And I knew that I didn't want this song to be a sad sounding song. I wanted it, because I didn't want to look back at that time and think of how sad I was. I wanted it to be a happy sounding song, because I wanted to remember that month or so where I was so excited to meet this kid and all the dreams that came up in my head for what life with this kid would be, and all the hope that I felt when I first heard his name. So this is one of my favorites. This is a song called Ezra. Knew you in a dream I had way too soon. Before I saw you, I dreamed of forever. In a moment which lasted a lifetime, I realized that dreams couldn't actualize. Said a prayer in whispers before you. Said a prayer from the tops for you. Said a prayer with heart set before you. Heart exploded the day I knew. And I'll hold you in a different place, and I'll cast your cheek in a different way. One that I don't know, one I can't understand, but I'm hoping still for the promise that says that this will be forever. a vision for your life. Well, here's me hoping things are better than what I had in mind. And I'll hold you in a different way. And I'll kiss your cheek in a different way. One that I don't know, one I can't understand. But I'm hoping to see for the promise that says that this will be for real. You make me wanna believe in a world where we'll be dancing forever. And I hate goodbyes, and so I'm leaving you with I will see you and toy tonight. Sleep tight, my joy. And I'll hold you in different ways. And I'll kiss your cheek in a different way. One that I don't know, one I can't understand. But I'm hoping to see you for the promise that says that this will be for real. You make me wanna believe in a world where we'll be dancing forever.
So, yes, like Ray said, this wasn't, we decided to kind of go on the fly, mostly because of my part. Last 2 weeks were very, very crazy. Didn't have that much time to prepare and set a set list with Ray. But he's awesome and super gracious, and here we are doing the thing, and God's good. So kind of piggybacking off of the theme of just kind of hurt, but also healing. This next song I wrote called Back to Life. It was kind of just this kind of born of prayer of what Jesus kind of like asks you or tells you, comes to you when you come with like this broken heart. So here's Back to Life. Bleeding, bruised, and tired, bound, and not that far. Just reach out your hand and grab a hold of my heart. Oh, it's only beating for you. Please know that I know who you are. Collapse into my arms and just let go. This pain inside your chest is where you find your soul. Oh, and pain and suffering is what a broken heart needs to be whole. back to life. So bring me all the broken pieces of your heart and sit upon my lap, and we'll begin to start, oh, to make a masterpiece, piece by piece. Those inks always show the truth of beauty. And no, it won't be perfect, but what is so far? These bumps and grooves of mortar are your battle scars. Oh, your past does not control you. It's only to remind you that the mending of the soul is never done. And I see you and who you are. I love you and all your scars. They match mine, the one who brings you back to life. These scars will bring you back to life. Ooh. You are my delighted, fragile one. It's in your weakness where my trust is won. Please look closely, every heart has lost. But it's in the losing of yourself that love is made strong. I've seen you and what you've done. I love you and want your love. So hold on and press your heart against my heart. And I see you and who you are. And I love you and all your scars. They match mine, the one who brings you back to life. These scars will bring you back to life. These scars will bring you back to life.
Yeah, it's a good one. What was that chord you were doing? It's like a flat.
It's a great question. The way I write songs, and I was like, wow, that sounds pretty. We'll do that. Thank you.
That was awesome. You were singing that, and it reminded me of, and I couldn't remember the word, but there's this this form of art. I want to say it's Japanese.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? What am I talking about?
I don't remember what it's called, but it's kind of the model that I was thinking of. There's a kind of art, Japanese art, where they take like a vase or a plate or anything, and they intentionally break it, and then they fill the cracks, or they mold it back together with a gold lining. And that's the beautiful part, where the mending places, the seams of it, are even more valuable because they're gold than the original material.
John's saying it's called kintsugi? Kintsugiya. Something like that. But yeah, that's what I was thinking of when you wrote that, or when you sang that. It is the second song that reminds me of that Japanese art form. The first one is I tear my heart open. Was it? I close myself shut. My weakness is that I care too much. And the scars remind us that the past is real. I tear my heart open just to feel. It's Papa Roach.
Modern day philosopher.
I got a quiet one for you guys. In the same vein, when we auditioned for this, I auditioned actually with an instrumental song because a lot of my songs are rock and roll style, you know. And then when I got sent Sarah's stuff, I was like, oh man, I don't know, I don't know if the vibes are right. And one of the organizers said, well, it's kind of like that song. It's a little bit country, a little bit rock and roll, you know. But one thing that Sarah said when we first met is she said my songs tend to have like a Christian thing. Would you say that's right?
Yeah.
And my songs do too. It's just maybe not as overt sometimes. Now, I've written a lot of songs. I've written straight up Christian songs. I just don't think they're super good. But then I've also, thank you, Thea Sylvia. But then I'll write a song, like the song I'm about to sing, which is start off as a love song, an unrequited love song, as all of my songs are. But I got stuck and I couldn't think of how to express any further this idea of longing for a love that you had. And then it turned into a song about just like my faith journey in my 20s, which started off piping hot and then started to, and there was a lot of that is because of the people who left my life. And so this song that started as like this person you love who leaves turned into this like idea of like a faith community that left as well. And so it can be a love song. It can be a Jesus song. It's whatever you want, Thea Sylvia. And when I wrote it, I was trying to be like Bruce Springsteen. So this is called Empty Heart. I'm breathing in, I hold it down, the light that escapes the halls of my home. If I could fill these lungs, I could fill this void, I'd be made whole again. At the sound of your voice, oh, I'd let the walls that guard this heart, let them fall. I let this void be seen. You are welcome to make this empty heart your own. There's a vacant room in a house of stone, where once long ago you made a house a home. And there's a ghost of a chance that I could find you again. Sometimes it's all that I have, pulling me back from the edge. Oh, I let the I will come to make this empty heart your own. He's usually like a cool guitar solo. So. I had a good friend in my early 20s. He's got some years on me. He's now Deacon Todd. And he told me that him and his wife had like a reversion in their 30s. And he said when they came back to the church that their deacon said, yeah, 20-year-olds have a way of just walking away from the church, but they usually come back in their 30s. And I was like, that'll never be me. It's not that I walked away from the church, but I definitely spent the last end of my 20s just kind of not doing a good job, I guess. And now I'm inching my way back, and that's kind of cool. It's not that scandalous. I missed Mass a couple times. Would you be open to some Q&A?
Say that again.
Would you be open to some Q&A?
Oh, sure.
Can I ask you some Q's?
For sure.
Who would you say are your biggest influences as a songwriter?
That's a great question. Man, I will say that growing up, probably my biggest influence musically was the Dixie Chicks, who are now known as the Chicks. Their just kind of ability to harmonize was like sweet. And one time I was telling a friend, I kind of realized this after college, and I was like, oh my gosh, I think the reason why I'm able to harmonize so well is because all I listened to was the Dixie Chicks. And she turned to me and was like, yeah, not because it's your God-given talent. And I was like, all right, maybe that too. But probably, definitely the Dixie Chicks. I listen to a lot of like acoustic-y things, and things escape me now. Artists.
So can I ask, have you ever heard Audrey Assad?
Oh, I was just gonna say her, yeah. Probably one of my biggest, especially when I started writing more from the Fruit of Prayer, was Audrey Assad. You could tell in her stuff that it was very deeply prayed and thought of, and lived experience. So I kind of write from that place usually. It's kind of
cool. When you were playing earlier, I was thinking Audrey. And for those of you who don't know, Audrey Assad was a Christian artist, singer-songwriter. She's no longer practicing the Christian faith, but she's still amazing. Her album, Fortunate Fall, is one of my top albums, period. Not Christian albums, not singer-songwriter albums. It's right up there with 2112, Breakfast in America, Fortunate Fall. It's one of my favorite albums.
She's good. If you haven't listened to her stuff, she's an amazing artist.
Her old stuff.
Her new stuff's kind of good too, but yes.
It's pretty good. It's your turn.
For a question or for a song?
If you have a question, I'd love to answer.
What about your influences?
My influences. I'm all over the place. I like a lot of stuff. My main things that I listen to are hard rock and bubblegum pop. And those are my two favorite. My favorite band of all time is Rush. My second is a band called Coheed and Cambria, which is kind of prog rock. My third favorite band is the Backstreet Boys. And then it's Taylor Swift, John Mark McMillan. Those are my top five. So when I'm writing songs, lyrically, I'm trying to be John Mark McMillan, who, do you know who John Mark McMillan is?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you don't know John Mark McMillan, he's a singer-songwriter out of North Carolina, and if you know him, you probably know him for writing How He Loves. Which if you've ever heard, he is jealous for me, that song. Love's like a... So that's his big song, but he's no, it's Sarah's turn. She'll sing it.
We can. All right.
Do you want to do it?
We can do a little brace.
Okay, cool. I can't harmonize, so how about I sing and you harmonize?
I will harmonize.
Cool, and let me throw a capo on. Anyway, just to finish the thought, when I'm writing music, I'm trying to be John Mark McMillan. So that's... Let's do this. Jealous for me. Love's like a hurricane. I am a tree bending beneath the weight of his wind and mercy. When all of a sudden I am unaware of these afflictions eclipsed by glory, and I realize just how beautiful you are, how great your affections are for me. Oh, how he loves us, oh, oh, how he loves us, how he loves us, oh. Take these regrets when I think about
go, Ray.
Or
Yeah, go
Okay,
for
so-
it, please.
your last song is kind of about home, and I have a song called Home. And kind of similarly to Ray, like a lot of the songs that I write, if you think about it, like every love, either between a significant other or a child, is kind of an image directed to looking at like our love to the Father, right? So you can take this as whatever you want, a love song to a significant other or to God. Very similar. Drifting far into this love with you. hand in hand to the promised land.
I guess we'll stick to the theme and do one of the probably closest to like a church song that I've done in a long time. I wrote this almost 10 years ago, maybe a little longer than that even. At the time, everything I was doing musically was for the church. I was a youth director with this kid who's now a grown man with like 3 kids and stuff. It's pretty crazy. But Fidel's here, by the way. So if I played music, it was for a retreat or for mass or for something like that. And if I wrote music, it was usually for church, which is fine. I have nothing against that. Like, I have a lot of songs about God. I'm cool with God. But this was the first song that I wrote that I was like, oh, this could I could do something like a club, you know? And it started, I was listening to Continuum by John Mayer. And the guitar part started as me trying to do John Mayer. And then completely devolved. It doesn't look like John Mayer anymore, but it's a song about a theological principle called concupiscence. Yeah, I'm a theology nerd. Which is, it describes the natural human tendency towards sin. And so this is a song just about how like we should be nice to each other because we're all sinners and doing our best. We're not perfect, we're the same. We're wasting time reciting blame. 'Cause we're all living with a lie. It's blurring our minds. It's blurring our state. We can be hopeful for the truth, and we can shift our points of view. We're all throwing out a line and hoping that in time we rest more easily. Any fool can see this isn't the world as it should be. The 5 eyes to see. Well, there's still hope for running free. Feels like shadows on the street pass through each other when we meet. Well, are we ghosts or are we not? Are we too afraid to find solid ground beneath our feet? Any fool can see this isn't the world as it should be, but I have eyes to see. Well, there's still hope for running free, running. same. And we're all fighting off the shame. And we know it's gonna hurt. We know we're gonna fail, but it's worth it all the same.
That was awesome. We can go one of two ways. I feel like we can continue down this hole of, brokenness and redemption. Or, which a lot of my songs are like that, admittedly. Yeah, we'll just go there. And we'll go to brighter days.
Hurt by it.
Oh.
You can go sit over here. You do your pretty song.
Today. Actually, never mind. Okay.
Say it.
No,
say it.
In this next song that I'm about to sing, the first line is "I heard," but I was a missionary for a little while. And one of my teammates, every time I would sing it, he would be like, "I hurt my foot," and I'm like, "That's not what it says." Anyway, this song is written kind of from the point of view of Adam, Eve, whoever you choose, pick your player, in the garden at the very beginning. And the whole song kind of came about, like I mentioned, I was a missionary for a couple of years through the Fellowship of Catholic University Students, and I was I was in New Orleans at Tulane University, and my team and I would go to a chapel every day, because one of our things that we would do is pray a daily holy hour in front of the Eucharist. But New Orleans is great for storms and flooding and old infrastructure. So the chapel that we would go to was like flooded out and we couldn't go. And I used to be of the mind of like the best prayer has to happen in front of Jesus. And then just like that, we couldn't go. So I was like, well, I guess I'll just like go in my room and like pick up my guitar and like see what happens. So that's kind of where this sound came from. It's called These Hands. And yeah, I really like songwriting from almost like a story perspective, thinking of like the characters in scriptures, putting yourself in there, but also like what would they have experienced? So These Hands kind of follows that story. And I'm just pulling up the lyrics just in case I forget them, because I'm sorry. I heard your footsteps and I ran away in shame. For I was naked and broken, drenched in wickedness and pain. But you called my name. Where is my love? Did you hear me call you? So why'd you run? And I say, these hands mourn the lost and lame. These hands are covered in my shame. These the cross. Come away with me. Let me hold my love. But instead I hide it 'cause I'm not good enough. And he says those hands were made for so much more. Those hands were made to love the poor. Those hands belong right here in mine. These hands were made to be divine. These hands won't ever give you up. These hands will always pick you up. These hands, they formed you from my thoughts. These hands bleed with love. These hands won't ever give you up. These hands will always pick you up. These hands, they formed you from my thoughts. These hands bleed with love. With love. Oh, for you, just for you.
So I'm pretty sure when I looked you up first, that was the song I listened to first. And I was like, oh man, she's so much better at this than I am. I hope she likes me.
'Tis all grace.
There's also a Nickel Creek song called the Hand Song. Have you ever heard that?
I have not.
I don't have it available in my memory, but very similar things. It's one of my favorite kind of country songs. I don't mind changing the vibe. Like I said, most of what I do are like love songs. And this is one of my favorites. It's an alright song, but the story of how it happened is my favorite. I wrote this song with Keith Urban in a dream. I was having a dream, and one of my crushes from my teenage years was in the dream, and I was like running around the playground trying to make her love me, I guess. And it wasn't working. She kept running away with all the other little boys and stuff, you know? And so at some point in the dream, Keith Urban shows up. Multiple Grammy Award-winning songwriter Keith Urban. And he was like, oh, mate, what's the matter over there? I'm not good at accents.
Fun fact, when I lived in New Orleans, he played for Jazz Fest and I happened to be there. I also happened to have a broken foot, but he jumped off the main stage, ran to where like you were, so I got up from my wheelchair, ran on the broken foot to be like this far apart from him. Yeah.
Wow.
So, breathe the same air.
And now you're here with me, and it's
There you go.
exactly as cool. Keith Keith Urban is a big influence on me. His album Golden Road is one of the reasons I picked up the guitar. If you haven't listened to that in a while. But together, me and Keith Urban started writing this song to impress this girl in my dream. And we wrote one stanza and it went like this. You're a subtle shade of yellow, and I can't escape you. Like the sunlight through the window, your eyes brighten up a room. And then the dream started ending. I was like, no! I got up, I grabbed my phone and started talking into the voice memo and wrote the rest of the song. It's called Shade Yellow. You're a subtle shade of yellow, and I can't escape you. Like the sunlight through the window, your eyes brighten up a room. You're a certain shade of blue, one that puts life in perspective. You can calm my pounding heart when I'm feeling restless. You're the black veil of midnight, calm retreat from the day. In the quiet of your moonlight, the world just melts away. And you're the one I love fire when it's burning like the sun, and like the sun calls life to live in. You're putting breath into my lungs. You're the red glow in the embers after the raging flame subsides. You're the memory in the stillness of what life can and should become. You're the color of my twilight, beauty in a setting sun. You're the place I wanna be when my story's said and done. That's you, Keith.
Good day, mate. Okay. Switching with the theme of love songs. So this is a love song. This is a mandolin. I probably started playing it like maybe a year and a half ago. It is not my full instrument to where I feel super comfortable with it. But I wrote this song on the mandolin because I was like, why not? But anyway, yeah, I like it. It's a short one, but I think it's good. I wanna hold your hand as I walk beside you. I wanna hear your voice wanna lift you up and give you courage. I want our Lord to mend this world seems. As we run with eyes lifted up to the one who keeps our strides in perfect time. Keep us one, not because of fate, but because you've chosen me, and I've chosen you as mine. Let our love be as sweet as a good wine that never runs dry.
Nice. I think we're approaching the end here.
I think we are.
That wasn't enough awes for. You telling me you didn't enjoy the past hour and a half of awesome music?
I
So I'll just take a chance to say thanks to the staff here at the Parish Festival, the OLG Helotes, for putting this on. It's a great idea. For putting us together, I thought it was a great idea. I had a lot of fun. And I guess one more song each, is that doable? Cool. I'll go next. The last love song of the evening, afternoon, whatever it is. This is another real special one. I guess they're all special, or else I wouldn't write them, right? And I've been like 10 cents out of tune the whole time. It's just driving me nuts. That's good enough. This is a song I wrote for a friend of mine. I feel like everybody hears it. The song I wrote for a friend of mine who, like me, as long as I had known him, had never once gotten the attention of an adult woman. And one day, yada, 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 he texted me that he's planning on proposing to an adult woman. And this is one of my very best friends. His name's David. And a year prior to the proposal, I was sitting next to him as we buried his father on the darkest day of his life. And as someone who has also buried a father, it was a very heavy moment for the both of us that we had together. And shortly after that moment, I left for a year to go work in Dallas. And so I had a heavy heart for leaving him here to deal with that on his own. But shortly after I left, someone came into his life. And that woman ended up being his wife. And so a year from the day, almost a year exactly from the day that I sat next to him while we buried his father, I was sitting next to him in the retablo of San Fernando Cathedral as he dropped to one knee and asked Sarah to marry him. And so this is a song about their whirlwind romance and just the idea of what's that moment that you never know when it happens, but you look back and like, that's the moment I met the love of my life. That's the moment I learned her name. And that's what this song is about. Last note, I think that when David's father got to heaven, the first thing he did is go, where do I make my wish? Like, what do I send a woman for my son? And it worked. It's called Beautiful Name. Come at the start as the sunset falls and the story is ending. Light out of life, all ascending, leading to a beautiful moment with you. I still remember the day I learned your beautiful name. A thousand roads have led me here to you. You were my destination. Thousand places that my life will go with you. You are imagination in every possible world. I'm still choosing you, my world. In time, nature blooms, ebb and flow of the seasons. We're sharing their movements. Stars, circle stars, they align, they're leading to a beautiful moment with you. I'm giving everything. I'm offering you my name. A thousand roads have led me here to you. You were my destination. A thousand places that my life will go with you. You are imagination in every possible world. Still making you my world. Here I stand at the start of something high, at the start of something right. On the day I will remember forever. I stand with my entire heart, with my entire soul. I promise I will love you forever, never and never.
That was awesome, and I guess I have
Can I say one thing about that song that I didn't say?
Yeah, for sure.
And it's really just for that guy. I was trying to figure out how to close out the chorus. It's like one of the last parts of the song that wasn't written. And I was like, how do I express the idea of like the ultimate romantic love? And I tried a few things and I thought, oh, I got it. Dr. Michael Almeida's possible world semantic proof for the existence of God. Right? Which is a theory proposed by Dr. Michael Almeida, who's a philosopher at the University of Texas, San Antonio, to prove the existence of God based on possible world semantics, saying that in every possible world, God must exist. There's like a 16-week course to explain that, but I thought, oh yeah, in every possible world, I'm still choosing you as my world. So a little philosophy of religion there for you.
That was great. Dang, I feel like I should just end with that, man. But I guess we can end with this song. Because in a way, we leave you with a journey ahead of you. This song is called Wonderstruck Traveler. And I wrote it, one of my good friends and teammates as I was a missionary loved to do mission trips abroad. She'd go all over the place, all over the world. And it was her birthday, and I was like, I want to write a song for her, because that's all I can afford. And came up with this theme of Wonderstruck Traveler. She was always just really bright-eyed and excited to see what the Lord had in store for her. So this is kind of just our own, invitation to journey on to whatever God has in store for us. I switched guitars not because I'm bougie, just because it's in a different key, and if you switch your keys back and forth a lot, the strings go boom. And I didn't want that to happen here. I did not plug in. This is a really old guitar, and sometimes it does not work. We can try. I don't check batteries very often, and this one's dead. So it's okay. We'll just see how it goes. Can y'all hear it fine? Yeah. Okay. Sweet. Also, it'll mask my mess ups. Wonderstruck traveler. Your feet look like the blood within your veins. Which way will the compass point? A mystery only silence can explain. When the valley seemed too deep, please believe I'm yours to keep. Journey will be long and hard. Each step discovers new light. Day will become dark and cold, but Mother Moon will keep watching over you. When the mountains seem too high, please believe I am at your side. in wilderness, we won't believe our eyes. And I'll carry you through the deserts and never leave you dry. We'll marvel in the brokenness and